Do you ever play your Nintendo Switch in handheld mode, but immediately put it back on the dock after a few minutes? JoyCons are so small and uncomfortable to hold for extended periods of time. Well, I may have found a solution to that problem. Today, I review this, the Hori Split Pad Pro for the Nintendo Switch. Let's start off with a quick unboxing to see what's included, but first I'll show you a little bit around the packaging. This is an officially licensed product by Nintendo, so it bears that stamp in the bottom left-hand corner. We've got some Switch branding. Turning it over to this side, you see it's a little bit of green right there with an image of the product. The top just bears a Nintendo Switch logo and just another image of the Nintendo Switch on that side. Bottom, some details about recycling, some age restriction information, and the back here got some full-size shoulder buttons, the precision D-pad, and programmable rear buttons, but we'll talk about that a little bit more in detail. And as you can see, I did pick it up in that black translucent colorway, so that's, I believe, the launch colorway, but they're available in so many more colors. Going right into the unboxing now. Let's go ahead and pop this open. There you go. Okay, so you got an instruction manual. Looks like it's going to have every single language ever known to exist. And just showing you some of key features. You can review that on your own. How to install it, pretty easy, straightforward. So we'll put that back in the box. And here is the controller itself. So it's actually, wow, it's pretty nice in hand. A lot lighter than I thought it would be. You do notice the switches on the back here. Oh wow, and I love these joysticks are so much better than the regular standard JoyCons. And let's get a frame of reference of what we're dealing with here. So here are some regular JoyCons that I've got here. And I'll just place them over for your reference to see, like, these are pretty noticeably larger, and you can already tell that this is going to be a more pleasurable experience when playing the Switch. So yeah, these guys are tiny, and they do weigh a little bit more. This one's definitely a solid build right off the bat that I noticed. And the colorway is decent. I thought it'd be a little bit more translucent, but it's actually not. You can barely see hints of some screws, some inner workings here. But yeah, this feels like it's gonna be really good in the hand. So let's put these back to the side here and focus on the Hori controllers. So another note, as I mentioned with the box, these are officially licensed by Nintendo. There are a ton of other color options available. I just chose to pick this one up in translucent black so you can see some of the inner workings. So let's get into a physical overview and a setup of how it looks on the Switch itself. So you just slide these, pop them right on, and wow, that's pretty seamless. Being a third-party product but officially licensed by Nintendo. Okay, that's interesting. I noticed that the Switch actually sits lower than the controller itself, as you can see here. I want to say it's about probably about half an inch. Yeah, that's quite a groove there, but you don't feel any wobble in the controller at all. Feels pretty good in the hand. Yeah, and I'm definitely loving these joysticks a lot more than those standard Joy-Con. It offers that definite wider grip, and I'm noticing a lot more comfort. This ergonomic design is definitely going to make it easier to hold for longer gaming sessions. And you know, I also noticed that the buttons are placed really well. They're not too spaced out. Feels really good. The D-pad feels really nice as well. But the only gripe I think I have is that these aren't as clicky as, you know, they could be. Because on the Switch they're a little bit more tactile, and on this one they're similar. They're not as tactile. I'd say they've got some bounce in them, but you feel that definite hollowness, and they could have a little bit more of that clicky sensation. So now we'll go over some of the features and controls. One of the standout features of the Split Pad Pro are the programmable rear buttons. These can be customized to your liking, giving you extra control options without having to rely on the touchscreen or other buttons. They're a great addition for competitive gaming or simply adding more convenience to your everyday gameplay. Speaking of gameplay, let's talk about how the Hori Split Pad Pro performs in action. And overall, I must say it feels fantastic. Just loading up some Mario Kart 8 here. There's zero latency, and I noticed the buttons are very responsive. The increased grip and larger buttons make it easier to navigate through intense gameplay moments. Whether you're playing action-packed adventures or precision-based platformers, the Hori Split Pad Pro delivers a more immersive experience. Now let's address one of the biggest concerns in the room, which is the lack of a battery. The Split Pad Pro doesn't have its own battery. Instead, it draws power directly from the Nintendo Switch. The regular JoyCons allow you to use them as separate controllers because they have their own internal battery unit. Use this piece of information when deciding if you want to pick up the Split Pad Pro for yourself. While this means you won't need to charge it separately, it can slightly impact the overall battery life of your Switch. However, in my usage, I haven't noticed a significant decrease in playtime, so it shouldn't be a major drawback. Now let's talk about price and value. To wrap things up, the Hori Split Pad Pro is a solid accessory for Nintendo Switch owners looking to enhance their gameplay on the go. Its comfortable grip, responsive buttons, and programmable rear buttons make it a worthwhile investment for both casual and competitive gamers alike, but a drawback can be the price. I purchased this unit for around $46. Now it's time for the final verdict. Ergonomics. The Split Pad Pro feels great in hand, and button placement is natural and much bigger when compared to the Joy-Con. Analog sticks have much better throw action, and overall, the controller is great for larger-handed people. I give this a 5 out of 5. Price and value. It's a bit more on the pricey side, but you can find it on sale from time to time. I paid roughly $46 for this unit, and so I have to give this a 3 out of 5. Quality. Being that it's officially licensed by Nintendo, you can rest assured that there are no corners cut with the overall build. But my only gripe here is that the tactile feel of some of the buttons wasn't the best. So I have to give this a 4 out of 5. Practicality. I rarely play the Switch in handheld mode, but with this, it makes me want to play the Switch on the go a lot more. You can also use the Switch in dock mode while the grips are attached. Some third-party controllers don't allow you to do this, so that's definitely a plus. The assign and turbo features are pretty handy, but not a must-have. There's also no battery and wireless compatibility at all, so the use is 100% limited to handheld mode, unless you purchase the wired attachment set. I have to give this a 3 out of 5. And now, the aesthetics. This is of course subjective. I don't think it looks bad, especially with the translucent black. There are a ton of other colors and themes available, so I'd give this a 4 out of 5. That's it for today's review of the Hori Split Pad Pro. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more reviews. Let me know in the comments down below if you've tried the Hori Split Pad Pro and what other recommendations you have for ergonomic Nintendo Switch controllers. Until next time, peace.